What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering with some amazing news for fans of Johnny Depp and for detractors, I suppose, of Amber Heard. The reality here is that Hollywood is never going to provide any modicum of justice for Johnny Depp, regardless of what is revealed through his various lawsuits. However, I still think it's worth it for him to continue to pursue things to bring the truth to light. Since Jump Street, I have said and conceded that I am sure that both sides of this relationship were messed up. I am sure that both of these people were garbage partners to each other. I am sure that they absolutely needed to get a divorce. However, only one of them have suffered any real-world consequences, and that is, of course, Johnny Depp, as we've seen him basically cut from Pirates of the Caribbean. We've seen him removed from J.K. Rowling's Fantastic Beasts franchise. This guy may never work in Hollywood again because of the desperate ravings of a woman who has already been locked up once for raising her hands to a spouse. But somehow, it's impossible to believe that she would ever have done that to Johnny Depp. And the fans organized, and they worked hard to bring this information to light. From their divorce mediation meetings, there were bombshell audio clips released where she openly admitted raising her hands to him and essentially gaslighting him and calling him a baby for caring about it. And nobody cared because of the double standard in Hollywood and the double standard on social media in terms of when it comes to men being on the receiving end of domestic situations. Nobody cares. People out there think it's funny when a man, they don't think that men actually have to deal with this type of thing, but they do. And they suffer in silence because their male friends make fun of them and because the authorities that they call to protect them make fun of them. And in many cases, things get reversed around on them like they did in Johnny Depp. So people urged producers to remove her from the film because of this specific behavior, but they never did, and they don't care. Aquaman 2 producer Amber Heard won't be fired over fan pressure. Good. Here's the thing, people. I want you to hear me here, okay? Do not watch this movie. If you are outraged by this, if you think that Amber Heard, who is someone who has raised her hands to Johnny and who has done it before to her other girlfriend or wife or whatever, and has lied under oath, if you think this is a problem, then do not pay to see this movie. Do not pay to stream it. Do not pay to see it in the theater. Don't justify it as a hate watch. Don't watch it. Because I think we're in a period of a reckoning, a time of a reckoning for Hollywood, where people are more conscious with their money and people are less likely to take whatever particular inconveniences or risks they may place on going to the theater over staying at home and streaming it. They're less and less and less interested in doing these things, especially for garbage human beings. We just saw, even Black Widow, which is a Marvel movie, Scarlett Johansson, while, she made a couple of kind of silly remarks recently, that movie's going to lose money. It's going to lose money for Marvel. I never thought I would see a day where a Marvel movie lost money, but it's going to. It's already out of the theaters, and it lost money. You see, there may be a lot of fish in the sea, but there's only one Amber Heard. The actress will not be fired from the upcoming DC flick Aquaman 2, despite ongoing pressure from ex-husband Johnny Depp's fans. Now, I will also say, I don't think if Johnny Depp being terminated from his film roles for the similar behavior is not okay, then neither would her firing. I understand. All I want is consistency. So let's say hypothetically you don't fire Amber, then you should give Johnny his jobs back, right? That's all I'm saying. They both clearly participated in bad behavior in that relationship. So why is only one of them fired? That's where my interest starts and stops. I know there are a lot of Johnny Depp super fans or whatever the case may be. I'm not one of those. I just want equal treatment. Now, of course, the movie made $1.14 billion back in 2008 in the height of the Cape era. No superhero film's going to make over $1 billion anymore. It's not going to happen. He writes, listen, one is not unaware of what's going on Twitterverse, but that doesn't mean you have to react to it or take it as gospel to accede to their wishes. Safran added, you have to do what you feel is right for the film, and that's really where we landed on it. The official title for the action-packed water-filled sequel is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. The film is currently in production and scheduled for theatrical release December 16th, 2022, and I'll be here, hopefully, to cover its box office failure, because people will remember. Every time the studio tweets about this movie, someone's going to be there to remind them that this happened. Every time somebody has a Facebook post about this movie, people are going to be there to remind them how terrible Amber is. And now, a massive win for Johnny. You could see here, Johnny Depp scores a rare victory over Amber Heard in $7 million settlement pledge. Now, we already know that the money that she swore she was going to give to sick kids in California never happened. And this was part of, her whole premise was that she wasn't doing any of this for money. She was going to donate all the money, but she didn't donate that money. We found that out, much to her chagrin. Now the ACLU has been trying to protect her by not releasing whether or not she donated the money. I think we all know that she didn't. You see, he won a rare victory as he attempts to discover whether his ex carried out a promised donation of $7 million in the settlement. The Aquaman star pledged to donate money to the American Civil Liberties Union and Children's Hospital of LA after the couple split. However, Depp's lawyer has argued that that promised donation was calculated and manipulative lie that tipped the scales against Johnny from the very beginning. He also alleged that the Children's Hospital of LA wrote to Depp's business advisor in 2019 to inform them that Heard had not made any payments. A New York judge has now partially granted a petition by Depp's legal team, which will force the ACLU to release documents that confirm whether or not Heard followed through on her pledge. He didn't. She didn't. And all of this is going to be used now to reopen the libel case, because her entire, I'm just an innocent bystander in all of this has been bolstered by the fact that she's gone out of her way to say, well, I don't care about the money. I'm going to donate it to sick kids. I'm not a gold digger. Even the judge said that, I believe, in the UK. Something like, well, what do you mean she's a gold digger? She donated the money, but she never donated that money. So I think that, I knew that the UK libel case was going to be an unlikely win, but he's still got like a $50 million case here in the United States that, finding that, she hasn't in fact donated that money would probably be an interesting piece of information. Judge Andrew Nichols cited the gesture while deciding on the libel case in the Sun's favor, commenting that the donation of $7 million to charity is hardly the act one would expect of a gold digger. But she never did it. That's my assumption. If she had done it, here's the thing. If she had done it, she would have just put the receipts out there, right? Oh, there's question about whether or not I donated the money. Boom. Here's a screenshot of the receipt. Suck it, haters. But she never did that. Lawyers from the Sun published the rejected arguments of Depp's lawyers at the time, saying Heard did not lie about the donations because she was pledging to pay the sums over 10 years. She had made a number of payments already in pursuance of these pledges, said Adams Wolanski, representing news group papers. Depp also lost a bid to overturn the high court ruling back in March. I knew he would lose that too. The petition, which attracted millions of signatures, now have accused Heard of systematic crusade to ruin Depp in Hollywood. I wouldn't disagree with that, but I don't think Amber's that smart. I don't think it has to be systemic. Sorry, my cat's being really demanding for attention today. I don't think that you have to be some sort of diabolical genius to wreck a man's reputation in Hollywood. All you have to do is make a claim. You don't even have to back it up with any evidence, because as we saw, in this particular case, I ask you, how many of Amber's lies were just, openly exposed? How many of them? All of them? It sure felt like it. Remember we had this row in the house and our beautiful home is destroyed by Johnny in a rage. And then the body cam footage comes out and there's not a single piece of damage in the house. Lie. Confirmed lie. I donated the money to sick kids in LA. Lie. Confirmed lie. I donated money to the ACLU. We're going to find out that that was a lie. So exactly why does this woman keep getting the benefit of the doubt? Well, because woman. That's why. I mean, nobody's going to speak up on Johnny's behalf. And the guy loves his fans, but he isn't perfect. He's a Hollywood multi-millionaire who does what he wants and partakes in all the things that you would expect him to. He's not exactly a role model, but all I want and all most people want is some fair treatment here. And if Aquaman 2 has to suffer for it, I'm comfortable with that. I look forward to the 15 to 20%, 30% Rotten Tomato score. I look forward to every tweet getting completely demolished by people. I look for Aquaman turning off replies to all their tweets and getting quote tweeted into oblivion, because that's exactly how this is going to play out. Mark my words. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.